Finnish company Saxdor is building some of the most exciting and innovative boats around, and its brand new flagship, the 460 GTC, is the ultimate example of that. There is so much going on and I can't wait to show you it all. My name is Hugo Andreae, you're watching Motorboat and Yachting. Let's go and tour it. Before we get on board, let's just take a moment to look at it from outside, because they build some of the best looking boats too, and this is no exception. We've got that lovely fine entry. You can see the anchor recessed into the bow there, the backlit Saxdor logo, the 460 proudly announcing how long it is, and check this out. One of the largest standard folding platforms you'll see on any boat this size. Absolutely enormous, almost half the length of the boat, and in this instance, very coolly adapted with a plug-in hammock. What a great idea that is. Now it's a twin step hull, nice deep V and plenty of power. This one has triple 425 horsepower Mercury V10 engines. And it's not just the engines that look cool at the back. We've got two different types of step. We've got one on each side. They both go up and down. So here we've got one in the up position, so you can go up to a quay, and here we've got one in the down position, so you can get down into the water. They are always trying something different, always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So you can actually control these aft passerelles via your phone. That's pretty cool. Let's start with the basics then. Prices start at €499,000 ex-tax, and with that you get triple 300 horsepower V8s. Obviously these are the larger option. We then go up to the V10 350s and the 425s, and with the 425s you should get a top speed of around about 50 knots. Now there's a lot going on at the stern here, plenty of things to show. First up, let's start with this hatch here. It's a big storage locker. You've got room for your lines and fenders and so on, but there's also the option for a stern driving station. So when you're coming in stern two, you've got full control via the joystick and the thruster. We've got these glass transom here with twin gates either side to keep it nice and secure. There is also an option, or there's going to be an option, for an aft cabin. This hasn't got it yet. This is the open cockpit, and even this has plenty going on. But before we go there, let's just have a quick look over on this side. This has the wet bar option, so you can see we've got a Kenyan grill, we've got a sink. Is there a fridge in there somewhere? Not yet, not yet, but we do have a pop-up light. There are the controls for the passerelles. And then over on this side, first of all, let's have a look at the very basics. I think there's a big hatch under here. This is just a large storage hatch. And when I say large, I really mean it. There's a ladder down to it. You've got segmented storage lockers, really useful space. Obviously, if you have the aft cabin, you won't have that. Now, with this seating arrangement, again, lots of different options going on. Here we've got it demonstrated. We've got the table in the middle. This obviously folds out so you can expand it. It also drops down. The reason for that dropping down is the whole thing converts into another sun pad. You can see the backrest over on this side. That flips up. So you can have it in the seating mode, you can have it in the lounging mode, and then you have a similar one over here. And you can see this too will fold down if we've got the doors shut. There we go. So that is a demonstration of what it looks like once we've got, oh, there we go. In comes the cushion. Job done. There you've got the full little lounge quarter, obviously with that backrest down too, but equally works as a coffee table or somewhere to dine outside. Now the key thing of these GTC models is the convertibility of the pilot house. So it opens up, it closes down, you can have it exactly as you want depending on the weather. So the first part of that is a big aft window. This window here is fully electric. It goes all the way up, it goes all the way down, and that obviously provides a seamless connection through into the saloon or into the pilot house. We've also got sliding doors on both sides. So on this side, we've got it shut. I'm just going to demonstrate that opening up. It's two section sliding doors, moves right across, completely opens up that side. And of course, the backrest folds out. That lines up with this huge folding platform outside. They're both hydraulically or electrically driven, so they rise up and fold down at the touch of a button. Exactly the same over on this side. backrest folds down and opens up so you can sit facing out over the sea, but this is the option I really love. This is the plug-in hammock. I'm not sure if this is quite the finished version yet, but you can see the carbon fibre poles slot into there. How cool is that? I love the fact that way back in Nelson's day, the sailors were using hammocks. Now it is the latest accessory on the Saxdor flagship. But what a cool place to hang out by the sea. Now, this too is extremely adaptable. We've got a table that goes up and down. We can demonstrate that, so you can have it down as a coffee table or up as a dining table. The whole thing opens up. Can we just show what it looks like with all the different leaves open? Look at that. And then it swivels round, and then you've got seating on 3 sides of it, perfectly suited for dining. But then we've also got some more tricks over on this side. You'll notice that this seat here, in the dining mode, it's facing the table, but you never want to face backwards when you're running at speed. So the whole thing flips up and over, and hey presto, you then have another row of forward-facing seats. So you've got 3 rows of forward-facing seats. 1 at the back there, 1 in the middle here, and of course the triple Helm seats here. Before we get to them, I think there is one more thing to show here. Yep, you guessed it, a simply enormous TV. I'm guessing that's what, 50 inches?
55.
55 inches. Check it out. And there you go, we've even got a Saxdor running on the screen. I think we can get the picture. Let's put that down again. Quite why people want to spend their entire time at sea watching a TV, I do not know, but it is a very cool feature, no doubt about that. Now, it's not just these doors that open, there's several more things that open. We'll just wait for that TV to go down first. We've got windows on either side. This is over on the port side. We've got exactly the same over on the starboard side, I presume.
Yes.
There's probably a limit to just how many different things can be driven at once. But there you go. It does open all the way, just to demonstrate that. We've got a huge sunroof overhead. Again, all electrically powered. I won't show you that opening and closing, but trust me, it does. We've got another opening window on this side. And then over here, we have a very clever trick. But just before I get to that, we might as well have a quick look at the galley while we're here. So we've got a twin Kenyan induction hob. I rather like these tiny little buttons. They just pop up, and that enables you to put your saucepan in there and make sure that it doesn't get pulled around if you get a little bit of a rocking at sea or whatever. Although I'm sure that's not going to happen, because am I right in thinking this has a stabilizer option?
Yes, I can show it.
So that is the Seakeeper 4.5, the stabilizer. It's a gyro stabilizer. And here we have the Mastervolt batteries. Now there is a lithium battery system, so you can power the whole boat, all the electrics, all the grills and everything without having to run a generator. We've got a sink over here. Nothing particularly clever about that. Useful nonetheless. We've got various storage options underneath. We have one fridge here and another fridge. Oh, this is the ice maker. Okay, so you've got an ice maker there. Now what we're going to show, I know, okay, well first of all let's just have a quick look at the helm. We've got triple seats, they all adjust for reach and height. They've all got bolsters on them. They've also got little adjustable footrests, so you can have them down when you want to stand, you can pull them up when you want to rest your feet in the driving position. Full multifunction control on the wheel. You'll see that the hub stays static so that the buttons don't move, but the wheel spins around. Behind it we've got flappy paddles. These are just for the windscreen wipers, but actually I think that's a really good idea. So often you end up fiddling around looking for the right button when you just want to wipe the windows. Here you've got them immediately to hand, quick swipe, job done. We have joystick control of those engines, and then triple screens. And I love these very cool little rev counter, which has multifunction. You can access all different details. So you can show off everything from the speed to the compass, to the fuel, to, well, you get the picture, but just a very cool little gadget. And over here, we have one of the most innovative looking doors I've ever seen. So this is access through to the bow area, but in order to make that work, you'll notice this whole screen section here slides down from the roof. Very cool action, locks into place, and the bottom half of the door is more of a gate style. We'll go through there in a minute, but I just wanted to show you how clever that is. In fact, can we pull it up again just to demonstrate that, because we'll go out and have a look in the bow in just a second. Love the fact that is a complex piece of engineering, but when it's tucked away, it's completely flat with the ceiling, so you don't even know it's there. And then a swing gate out to the bow area. And another very adaptable space here. We've got the usual dinette, seating on 3 sides, and of course this also adapts to another high-low table. That wears down into place. And you have yet another sun pad. There are so many places you can chill out on this boat, and nearly all of them convert from one thing into another, whether it's seating or sun pads, pop-up lights, access to the anchor locker in here. I showed you the anchor from outside. It's a through hull anchor. We've also got a winch, and that whole thing, when you press the button, the whole anchor system swings out to make sure that when it drops down, it's well clear of that vertical bow. They really have thought of everything. Once we're up here, it's worth just having a little bit of a look back. You can see we've got glass hatches letting light down into the cabin. We've got cup holders, and there's that big sunroof overhead. Right, let's pop back inside and take a look downstairs. So, dropping down into the cabin. First thing you notice, just how much light there is down here. We've got these big side panels here. Admittedly, you don't get a view out to the sea because of those big safe bulwarks along the side decks, but does let a load of light in. We've also got a smoke glass hatch here, letting more light in, and of course, those skylights overhead. Permanent bed set up forward in the bow. Does taper a little bit at the end, but fine for your feet down that end. Good wide bed up at the sleeping end on this side. We've got storage around it, mirrors overhead, another emergency hatch out onto the foredeck. Lots of little storage places. Oh no, this is the breaker switches in there, but we've got storage behind here and over on this side. So I knew there was storage in there somewhere. Brilliant. And then we have a separate heads bathroom. Full standing headroom in here. Proper separate shower area. There is a perspex door on there, so it keeps all the wet on that side. Sink, heads, lots of mirrors, bouncing light around, and quite nice wood veneer here. Nice rounded surface. Just a good bit of detailing, and pretty sure there's storage behind some of those. Trust me, there is. But we're still not finished, because under the pilot house itself we have a second cabin. Now, there is a clever folding door on this, isn't there? There we go.
There it is.
So that whole cabin can be made completely separate with that clever folding door, but when you want to access it during the daytime, it makes it all feel a little bit more open. You can drop down under there, and you can see we have 2 single beds. Quite a good width, actually. They've got to be 2.5, 3 feet. Now, there is not quite sitting headroom down here. I'll just demonstrate. So it is pretty cramped. You're not going to want to stay down there until you're ready for bed, but perfectly good enough for sleeping when you want to just chill out, get your head down and grab 40 winks. So this is what it looks like with everything closed up. We've got the platforms up, we've got the side doors closed, we've got the aft window and the aft door closed, and there you have a very secure, weatherproof boat. You can go out in any weather, whether that's hot and have it air conditioned, or cold and rough and have the whole of the interior heated. But at the touch of a button, the whole thing opens up. So maybe if we can start by opening the platform. There we go. So there's a manual locking operation, and then that folds down. Got electric actuators. They're effectively rams on either side. And in a matter of seconds, that will reach its maximum extension. There we go. We've got the doors. They can be opened from inside or outside. They're two-section. Really secure. And then the final piece of the jigsaw, the backrest for the sofa. And then you've got plenty of structural rigidity in that platform, and a lovely seat you can sit down on and look gazing out to sea.
So there you have it. That is the new Saxdor 460 GTC. There is so much going on there, so many clever ideas, so many moving parts. But if they can get it all to work reliably, it is an awful lot of boat for the money. So do please let me know what you make of it in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching.